Hello, friends. Welcome to Ex Amity and Smriti Notes for Biotechnology. In today's lecture, we will study about plant regeneration techniques. This is the second part. In the first part, I covered ovary culture, anther culture, organ culture, and cell suspension. In today's lecture, I will be covering notes of organogenesis, somatic embryogenesis, and micropropagation. So let's start with micropropagation. It is a process of asexual reproduction by multiplication of genetically identical copies of individual plants. In simple terms, we multiply the meristem or the axillary buds, and a range of tissues can be explanted from propagation of plants and growing plantlets in tissue culture and then planting them out. It is a process which helps to multiply plants such as that have been genetically modified or bred through conventional plant breeding methods. And it is rapidly used to increase or multiply the stock plant material to produce a large number of progeny plants. There are 4 stages for micropropagation. So let's start with the first stage, that is selection of mother plant. This is the first and the initial step in micropropagation that involves the selection and growth of stock plants for about 3 months in controlled conditions. Second stage is initiation and establishment. In this step, we select the appropriate explant that is used. And the most commonly used explants are organs, shoot tip, or axillary buds. And then they are sterilized. The next step is multiplication of shoot. This stage mainly involves multiplication of shoots or rapid embryo formation from the explant. The next stage is rooting of root. That means the transfer of shoots to a medium for rapid development into shoots. And the last stage is transfer into the soil. That means the plant is established into the soil. This is the diagram for the micropropagation, which is held in 4 stages. Now we will study the various methods used for micropropagation like meristem culture, callus culture, suspension culture, embryo culture, and protoplast culture. Callus culture means a mass of undifferentiated parenchymatous cells that leads to rapid production of callus after placing the explant in the culture medium, and then the new plant obtained is exposed to the environmental condition. Next type of culture is embryo culture, in which the embryo is excised and placed onto the culture medium with proper nutrient in aseptic condition. This is the diagram drawn for callus culture, which shows it in step by step. Next type of culture is protoplast culture. Protoplasts are basically plant cells without a cell wall, and they can be isolated by using enzymes like cellulase or pectinase from leaf or pollen grains. The protoplast regenerates the cell wall and it undergoes cell division and forms the callus. Now we will look at the factors that affect micropropagation. There are several factors like the genotype of the plant. The right genotype is necessary for the improved micropropagation. Physiological status of the explants, the culture media, the culture environment, which includes the light, temperature, and the composition of gas phase. It is very important to mention application advantages, disadvantages, and the factor. So now we will be studying about the applications of micropropagation. It is used in high rate of plant propagation, that is, a large number of plants can be grown from a piece of plant tissue within a short period of time. By using micropropagation, we can produce a disease-free plant. We can produce some seeds in some crops. It is a cost-effective process that it requires minimum growing space. Automated micropropagation is used, that is, the bioreactors have been set up for large scale multiplication of shoot and bulbs. I have given in detail about each and every one of it. You can write any 2 to 3 advantage, disadvantage and factors in detail. The disadvantages of micropropagation include the contamination of cultures, the brewing medium, the genetic variability, the vitrification, that is the repeated in vitro shoot multiplication, and also the cost factor. For some micropropagation techniques, the equipments are very expensive. Now the advantages of micropropagation are as follows. Whatever we studied in application can also be in the form of advantages, like they are used to produce many plants, they can be used to produce disease-free plants, they can be used to produce thousands of propagales, they are helpful in multiplying plants, and many more I have mentioned in my notes and highlighted them. You can use any 4 to 5 of them. Next type of plant regeneration technique is somatic embryogenesis. In this technique, we produce embryo-like structure from somatic cells, and they can germinate from the plantlets without any hormones. In simple terms, somatic embryogenesis is the process of regeneration of embryos from somatic cell, tissue, or organs. There are two routes for somatic embryogenesis, that is direct and indirect. Indirect, the embryos initiate directly from the explant in the absence of callus formation, and the embryos are formed due to PEDCS, that is pre-embryonic determined cells. And in indirect somatic embryogenesis, the callus from the explant takes place from which embryos are developed, and the embryos are formed due to induced embryogenic determined cells. I have given in tabular form the difference and also in detail. You can use either of them. This is again the diagram which shows the explant by direct somatic embryogenesis and indirect, that is callus and suspension cell culture somatic embryogenesis, which gives the plantlet. Artificial seeds can also be produced by using somatic embryogenesis. And artificial seeds can be made by encapsulation of somatic embryos. The embryos coated with sodium alginate and nutrient solution are dipped in calcium chloride solution. These artificial seeds can be maintained in a viable state till they are planted. Again, in the flow chart I have shown. Now we will look at the importance. This gives a higher propagation rate suitable for cell suspension culture and labor saving, and also helps in producing artificial seeds. Some of its applications are they are used as bioreactor, protoplast culture, gene transfer. Some of the important applications for somatic embryogenesis is clonal propagation. That means repetitive somatic embryogenesis initiated by somatic embryos. Next is raising somaclonal variation in tree species. Next, we can produce synthetic seeds. It helps in genetic transformation and also the production of synthetic metabolites. I have mentioned 10 applications. You can pick up any 4 to 5 of them and write in detail about them. Now the last technique is organogenesis. That means the formation of organs from the cultured explants. And those organs can be shoot, roots, flowers, bud from explant or cultured plant tissues. And it is again of two types, that is direct and indirect. This is the flow chart showing shoot formation and root formation. Shoot formation leads to rooting and root formation leads to shooting, which regenerates the whole plant again. Direct embryogenesis. In direct embryogenesis, the tissue undergoes morphogenesis without going through a callus or suspension cell culture. I have drawn in the diagram, you can see whereas in indirect organogenesis, the callus is produced first and then the organ is produced. I've also mentioned the factors which affect the organogenesis. Now you can see it in the diagram. There are two types: direct, that is through shoot, and indirect, that is through callus and cell suspension culture, which ultimately leads to formation of plants. Importance of organogenesis is it helps in overcoming graft incompatibility. It helps to allow survival of difficult root and shoots, and also helps in development of virus-free plants. Again, there is a diagram. Both the diagrams are same. You can use them for better understanding, and do draw in your answer sheets. In Amity, it helps you to get more marks. So with this, we finish the 7 plant regeneration techniques. That is part 2 also. For any other doubt, do let me know, comment and let me know, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.